go to Waukesha County for what DPW in Waukesha County is dealing with.
We're going to get to a point where we thought we could catch up as much, and that's why we declared the emergency in Waukesha County. What that really means is we're closing the courthouse and the administration center at 1 o'clock, so it's shutting down right about now. The main purpose we were looking at there was to inform people to stay home if they can, stay off the street so we can keep them plowed, making sure that our employees were able to stay home. One of the challenges that we have, and one of the things that we have to balance is with our courthouse, we want to make sure those individuals that had a court date either can take care of it this morning or they can reassign it to another date to be more effective for them. So we've been working with our chief judge in the area to make sure we were able to get that accomplished, and that was kind of the one final factor to before we put the declaration in place. One thing to keep in mind in kind of the information that we were using on this, I just got this information updated from our dispatch center. We've had a total of 406 calls into our dispatch center that are weather related. 32 of those were accidents. 84 of those were vehicles in the ditch. We have had notification of 13 trees that have been downed in the county. There's more than that coming in. And then there's 4 wires down that we have where we've lost power. So it's one of the other areas that we keep an eye on and what's going on with our dispatch center. That's what brought us to the point where we wanted to declare the state of emergency. What I'm asking people right now is if you don't have to travel today, don't travel. Stay home, take care of everything you've got there. Please keep in mind that you want to get your snow off your roads or your driveways as quick as possible today, because the cold weather coming in as Saturday and Sunday is going to make it freeze, and it's going to be really hard to get it off at that point. While you're doing that, please don't clear your driveways back into the streets. If the plows have come through, they're not going to be coming back for a while, and that could freeze up and cause another hazard. So I will turn it over to Hans to give you guys an update on what's going on with Public Works, and then we can answer questions.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming. We've got just an initial report of 7 inches locally. That's in the last 8 to 9 hours. We did have crews come out at between 3:30 and 4 a.m. We have 51 patrol trucks out plowing the state and county highways. We'll be out on the road until about 7:30, 8 o'clock. And at that time, we'll have a skeleton crew of 7 to 9 patrol workers basically patrolling the interstate system, making sure that there's safe travel on the interstate, the main corridors. As we indicated, we have several downed trees. We are starting to experience some hard pack, which causes kind of a rumbling effect on the road, and that is due to the rapid amount of snow so quickly falling that 51 trucks, they're keeping up, but it's a tough task to maintain that. We've had a long week here. We expect, or we're hoping that they're well rested and can maintain this, because we know we'll bring them back in the morning. It's a wind pickup, and this becomes just an elongated process here until it basically can hopefully shut down tomorrow morning or midday tomorrow.
Any questions?
I guess just knowing, Han, maybe this is for Hans
Yep.
or Paul or whoever, knowing that there is this temperature drop coming, how has that changed operations throughout the day today? Do you do anything differently to make sure that you don't end up with the freeze on the road?
Yeah. So today it's basically just making sure that we get through those mains. Intersections won't be cleaned up today. We'll take care of that all tomorrow morning. Hopefully, because this week we've gotten now close to, we'll end up with 16 to 20 inches possibly, and there's no frost in the ground, so we'll have to be very careful of how we push back and open up the roadways, not to damage any shoulders or turf areas. And that'll be something tomorrow morning that might take a little more time to do, but depending on the rapid decrease of the temperature, we may have to switch our liquid system from the brine to a calcium chloride brine mixture, known as a hot load, just to kind of burn that off and accelerate any ice that might form under the snow.
The shifts, the workers are in the 51 trucks, they're doing 12 hours on?
16-hour shifts. 16-hour shifts.
What time did they start today?
We did a call out 3:30, so most of them were here by 3:30, 4 o'clock.
And just, in that time, just kind of walk us through a progression, because things have changed dramatically from 3 a.m. until just now.
Correct. We were trying to get ahead of it, and because of how rapidly it came in this morning, basically by about 7 o'clock, most roads were already snow covered, and the salt, we're not going to just put salt at it to try to melt it away. We're very cautious with our application, so we try to minimize what our application is, and therefore when it's heavy snowing like this, we mainly just salt curves, intersections. So that's one thing to be mindful for the traveling public, that most of the roadway might be a little icy underneath, but when you come up to those intersections, they should be fairly good, but be cautious.
That's the update from Waukesha County. A member of the Department of Public Works there giving us an update. You noted our own Brett Lemoyne's question specifically about how they changed their response because of what's coming temperature-wise.